We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Julie, roll call, please.
Robert Pope.
Present.
Bill Holland. Greg Zuzan.
Present.
Don Loudon.
Present.
Jason Puckett.
Present.
All right, first thing on the agenda is the Duke Energy Indiana Grant Award presentation.
Good evening, Council. What's I going to say? Shelby Pride, Parks and Recreation Director. This is Jean Rink. Is that how you pronounce it? Jean Rink with Duke Energy. We have applied for a grant with Duke Energy for our trail and safety program that you know that we've been implementing this year. Tiffany actually is the one that was in contact with Jean and applied, and we are very excited to have received $5,000 for this grant for our trail and safety. So as you've seen just on Facebook this week, we've started implementing that with our trail marker signs. We're going to do the striping as soon as the weather is good enough to do that. So thank you to that for the grant to do all of that. So do you want to say anything? Sure.
Thank you. On behalf of the Duke Energy Foundation, we're pleased to do this. We know how important trails and parks are to quality of life. And so to be able to support what Avon is doing is really a privilege for us. So I appreciate the opportunity to be a part of it, and thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, would you like a picture? So we're going to go ahead and pause for just a couple of minutes for a picture. Thank you.
Thank you.
And move on with the consent agenda. Any questions or discussion? If not, we'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda, including the check register for March 26th, the March 12th work session memo, and approval of the minutes from March 12th, and the executive session for March 19th as presented.
I'll second.
Thank you, Julie. Roll call.
Jason Puckett.
4.
Greg Zuzan.
4.
Robert Pope.
4.
Don Loudon.
4. Next is public comment. The public may comment on the agenda that is not part of a public hearing or on a specific matter within the council's jurisdiction. If you choose to come forward, please make sure the green light is on. State your name and your address, please. The round button, the oval. Got it.
Okay. Dave Hops, 7839 Red Sunset Way, Avon, Indiana. I'm here as representative of the Havasu Springs HOA. We have several properties that touch on the road project that's in the works on Dan Jones Road, just north of 36. And the other day, a Duke Energy representative touched base with those houses. I'm not sure how many he's actually talked to, but he talked to a few of them. And advised them that Duke Energy was going to be coming on their property, cutting down trees on that berm in between that hill and the roadway. During that conversation, he started off by telling them that the county had ordered Duke Energy to remove those trees, and that the county would reimburse the homeowners for that expense, which is not right. Correct, I should say. And second thing is, he said the roadway project was, the sidewalk is being moved 3 feet to the east, and he told me it was being moved 3 feet to the west. And which I talked to Ryan Cannon, and he gave me the printout on that property thing, and it shows that everything's moving east. So, and then he talked about the power poles have to be moved for a few different reasons. But why they would have to be moved that far, I don't know. If they do have to move, I understand that there's utility easements in there that some of those trees have to be trimmed and or taken out, then fine. I mean, it's, that's life. It has to happen. I talked with Ryan. He said that you guys would entertain utilizing the tree mitigation fund to help us replant trees if that happens, and they're not covered any other way. But that's down the road. So we cross that bridge if we come to that. But basically, I just wanted to make you guys aware that there's an issue, and people are, if people reach out to you, that's why they're upset, because they think that all them trees are coming off that berm, which I don't think that's needed. I don't think they're gonna have to come that far over. Hopefully they won't. I talked with Steve, and there's gonna be a meeting with the engineer construction guy that handling that. So we're gonna see if we can wire that down and stay on top of it. Because in the past, my dealings with Duke Energy, as much as I love them, they have a tendency to cut first and then try to figure out how much they had to cut second. So they're not bashful about cutting down trees. So we're going to try to stay on top of that. I just want to bring you up to speed on it, and let you know in case you have any other citizens that complain about it or whatever. And if you need anything, give me a call.
Is there anyone else that would like to come forward and speak?
Can't do it.
Marvin Selva, 7960 Red Sunset Way. Same concern. One of my property is actually on the backside of that road. And I am one of the individuals that I got to speak to a gentleman that provided a pamphlet of Duke, handed out the job number 13853, concern of the berm on 318 at 253, told me to call him. And basically says replacing poles along road, removing trees is what this says. So why I had him on video, I was not home. I spoke to him and I said I wanted some clarification because there's lots of confusion. It's like we don't know what's happening, right? You see flag poles, you see markings, you see sidewalks taken out. We're listening to someone getting money here for beautification and trees and walks, and here we are destroying our backside of our property. So the concern was, what exactly was happening? I have no idea. Again, the same information we had was they were going to work moving towards east, not west, and everything we're seeing is coming this way. So the gentleman made very clear to me that they were removing the berm, the trees. Everything's getting knocked down. versus there's tags on some, and tags on others. It says remove with the blue tag marked on certain trees. He made it clear that all of them are gone. His explanation was we're going to move the pole back. I have to gain my easement from that, and then we're going to need 50 feet up. So he said 13 to 20 feet to move the poles, and, 18 to 30 feet, 20 feet clearance, and then 50 feet easement. And I went out there and measured, and that came up to that berm. So the concern is, you know, I haven't figured out. I left a message with our zoning area trying to figure out exactly where does this sit in our area. Because it's the concern of how far they're going back. Is it necessary to go back? The other concern is the statement, hey, the county's going to pay you for any encroachment on your property. So now I'm thinking, okay, now you're saying you're coming onto property, how much? No one said nothing. We don't know where we stand with that. So I made clear that I was concerned. I spoke to him. He repeated the same statements on a phone call. And just as quickly as I wanted to follow up, I said, thank you for the information. I want to follow up with you. He said, I'm going to text you because after today, I'm not going to be your contact person. It's going to be my supervisor. So he passed the buck to somebody else. But I think it's unfair to not be very clear to us and just come along. Today, we have another neighbor that advised me that they were out there today again, but all they're saying is we're coming to tell you we're coming over here to clear out this area, that we're going to knock the trees. There's no explanation exactly what they're doing, the purpose. I try to get a visual. I took pictures. He says wherever they marked it. I'm not a zoning guy. I don't read surveys. I don't know. I went out there. I am assuming what I'm seeing is probably the area, but I think it's going too far. 35-year-old trees. I think that's not fair to just knock them down. Whatever we replace them is not going to be 35-year-old trees worth. We're talking about
I'm sorry,
all
sir.
the
We have a
critters, the
3-minute
birds.
time limit
I'm
and your
sorry.
time's up.
There we go. I'm out. So get with me. There's a concern. I think we need somebody to answer some questions. Thank you.
Is there anyone else that would like to come forward? Thank you for coming out and letting us know. Thank you. We'll move on to council comment and liaison reports. Right?
The only thing I have is we had the Plan Commission meeting on Monday night. The neighborhood Walmart was approved 4-2. And just so you're all aware of, there's going to be a future roundabout on Avon Avenue and Governor's Road. I don't think that's the best place, but I'm only one vote.
Hadn't heard that concept.
That's all.
Nothing for me.
Robert?
Same, nothing.
And nothing from me. So we'll move on to new business. NDOT 2026 road salt commitment. Steve?
Yes, this is an annual thing that we do. We get on the state's bid for road salt. We're asking for a little more salt than we got last year, and the price has gone up and about 10% over last year. So instead of the 157,000 last year, we're asking for 1,800 tons, and it's estimated to be $171,000. So if we can get approval for 1,800 tons of salt for this coming season, we'd like that so we can get it ordered. We have to place that order like immediately.
Do you want the approval to be for 1,800 pounds of salt, or do you want it for a dollar
1,800
amount?
1,800 pounds of salt at the market price.
That's tons or pounds. It's not
Tons.
pounds.
Tons?
Where'd it go? 1,800?
1,800 tons?
Yes, tons. Yeah. 1,800 pounds, we wouldn't go very far.
No, probably not. Any questions, or if not, we'll take a motion.
Any change to our mix?
No,
Yeah,
our
I
mix
don't
is staying
think
the
it
same
matters,
as it always is. Yeah, it's just, we used a lot last year. We used some this year. This last snow that we had was this year. And so it depleted our storage. And then there was a shortage of salt. And so I think that's one of the reasons why the price did went up. They know they can charge more because people were begging for it.
I make a motion that we approve the NDOT 2026 road salt commitment as presented.
Second.
Thank you. Julie, roll call, please.
Jason Puckett,
4.
Don Loudon,
4.
Greg Zuzen,
4.
Robert Pope,
4.
Next is approving the quote for the park equipment and authorized trade of old equipment. Shelby.
Good evening again. Shelby Pride, Parks and Recreation Director. We have a couple pieces of equipment that are fairly old that are not used on a consistent basis for our maintenance team. So in looking at our trade-ins for the year and fleet, what we needed, talking with my maintenance manager, we would like to trade 2 pieces of equipment in. In your memo, you can see it's the 2021 Can-Am four-wheeler. It has 346 hours on it. And then the Kubota tractor with the bucket attachment, that's a 2016. Currently, both of the four-wheeler is stored inside, but the Kubota is stored outside, so taking up space. There's not room for it in a barn. It's a large piece of equipment that, like I said, we rarely use. So we would like permission to trade both of those for a new T66 Bobcat track loader and a Bobcat UTV. In the past, we've got Kubota UTVs. The Bobcat, we have a Bobcat piece of equipment right now. We really like it. It holds its value. It's easy to maintain. We can maintain it ourselves in-house. So we're looking to go that route. So I'm asking 3 things tonight for you to recommend Bobcat of Indy's quotes for these 2 vehicle purchases of $96,600. Approve the Bobcat of Indy's trade-in value on our 2 pieces of equipment totaling $37,500, and then allowing the clerk treasurer to make payment upon delivery of these vehicles. And I'll take any questions.
You mentioned one of the reasons you wanted to get rid of the Kubota was lack of space.
Mhm.
Where will you put this Bobcat?
They are small enough, they will fit inside the maintenance barn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So because we normally have to get 2 bids and Reynolds only quoted the track loader and not the ATV.
We asked for everything and
Fulfilled.
they did not, we requested and they did not fulfill our request. So we asked for the quotes.
So it's a non-compliant response. And
Okay.
so you can, Shelby can ignore that with your approval. It has to be responsive and responsive. Those are the 2 factors. So because they didn't submit all, then it's that way. And that's why she has a recommendation.
So they're going to provide $37,500 for the trade-in. And you have budgeted $40,000 plus $19,05,
Yes.
$905.
Yeah, we have, so part of this is now we are able to share equipment with sports. So all of this equipment can now be utilized between parks and then sports as well. So we've budgeted money in each of those funds, the rec fund and food and beverage, and that total covers this purchase.
Any other questions? If not, we'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the bid from Bobcat of Indy not to exceed $96,600. Also to approve the trade-in value from Bobcat of Indy for $37,500 and to allow Julie to make payment for those vehicles upon delivery.
In the amount of $59,100. Right?
Yes.
as presented.
Yes.
Second.
Julie, roll call, please.
Jason Puckett,
4.
Robert Pope,
4.
Greg Zuzen,
4.
Don Loudon.
4.
Thank you.
Thanks. Next is Resolution 2026-11, declaring police vehicle as surplus property. Dave.
Good evening, Deputy Chief of Enforcement with the Police Department. Another surplus property request for a 2016 Dodge Ram. Vehicle has 142,000 miles on it, and it is requiring a new engine and some other mechanical work. We don't feel it's responsible taxpayer money to spend to fix that and let it nickel and dime us from here on out. So we're asking if we can take that to the auction.
Well, I guess we'll entertain a motion. No one's speaking up.
I'll make a motion.
We approve resolution 2026-11 declaring police vehicles as surplus property as presented.
Second.
Thank you.
Julie, roll call, please.
Don Loudon,
4.
Jason Puckett,
4.
Greg Zuzen,
4.
Robert Pope.
4.
Legal counsel report. Thank you. Another public comment session. If anyone would like to come forward this time, same rules apply. No one coming forward. We'll close that and move on to council calendar.
Council meets again on 4/9 with the work session at 5:30 and a meeting at 7 o'clock. And then a special note that heavy trash pickup or heavy trash for the spring is April 18th from 9 to 1 at the Gable Park.
Okay. Steve, before we adjourn, you're going to be at that meeting for Duke Energy to address the concerns of the public that
Yes.
spoke? Okay.
Yes.
Will you follow back up with us and let us know how that
Certainly.
went? Okay, thank you. Anyone else? If not, meeting adjourned.